Hey everybody, it's Jennifer J. Welcome back to Jaywalking. I am going to talk to you today about Psalm 139 verse 14, and it is Mother's Day when I'm recording this, so excuse my appearance, but I am just comfortable. And also yesterday was recording day for the podcast, Ladies Unfiltered. If you don't watch that, it is on YouTube. You know, I really want to attach the video from today's sermon, but I also want to attach Ladies Unfiltered, and I don't know if it'll let me attach two videos or not, but I'm going to try, or else I will put the link to it in the comments or in the description of the video today so that you can get there, because I would love for the viewers of this podcast to also subscribe and share and comment on the one that I do called Ladies Unfiltered. That is done with a couple of co-hosts, Miss V and Jeannie Joy. So I would love for you to tune into that one. It is live on Facebook and YouTube, as well as Una ETV on Roku at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on Thursday nights. So you can watch it there, and we'll all be online, or we try to be, when that airs, so we can chat with you guys. But anyway, I do want to attach this sermon because our pastor's wife did the sermon today for Mother's Day, and she's always so fabulous to listen to. I just could listen to her preach all day long. But she did a sermon that I really wanted to share with you guys, because in Psalm 139, verse 14, it says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And that is a verse that we quote a lot, but we don't really maybe apply it a lot. And so I want to talk about that for a minute, because she used the story of the research she did on the jewels that were going to be on display at some, I don't even know what jewels they were, but they were like Napoleon's wife. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter to the story, but anyway, they were very famous jewels. They were very priceless jewels. They were something that people wanted to see. They were a masterpiece, and they were on display, going to be on display at some exhibit. And just before the exhibit opened, they were stolen. So in 4 minutes, they were gone. They had been moved from their original location to some unknown location, and nobody knew where they were, and nobody knew if they were still in one piece. Like, because imagine, if you will, a diamond necklace. I was gonna say I maybe have one. A diamond necklace that maybe has lots of jewels. Do they keep it like that, or do they separate it out and, you know, sell it off in pieces for money? I don't know what thieves do, you guys. But she made a lot of good points about it, because one is, it was a masterpiece and it was going to be on display, but it was highly valued. So why wasn't there better security? And what that said to me was, why don't we? We're a masterpiece. God tells us we're his masterpiece. We're his work of art. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. So why aren't we taking better care of ourselves? Why aren't we guarding our heart? Why aren't we guarding what we put into our mind with our eyes, our ears, the places we go? We should be guarding that. We should be guarding that, you guys. So that really spoke volumes to me. But then also she said something that she learned in her research was that even if it broke apart, even if they broke it up and sold it off in pieces, that they knew enough about the pieces of the masterpiece that they knew how it originally belonged. They knew its origin. They knew if they found one piece of it, they would know what it went to. They knew where it belonged. And I thought, that's really cool, because I thought, that's like us too, right? So if I get lost, or if I go my own way, God knows where I belong. So I might fall, but God knows where I belong. And he's going to bring me back, right? He's going to find me. And so she was talking about this masterpiece. And then she also talked about the Mona Lisa. Most everybody has heard of the Mona Lisa. And that was stolen once. That wasn't, these Napoleon jewels were not the first thing that had ever gotten stolen. The Mona Lisa got stolen once. somebody evidently hid in a closet until they closed and locked up and whatever, and then they went out and they cut it out of the frame, cut the canvas, rolled it up, and took off with it. And it was missing for a couple of years. But when it was found, it hadn't lost its value. So even though the canvas was ripped and it had been sliced, it was such a work of art and such a masterpiece that it had retained its value. And that is awesome news, because that speaks to us also. Even though we're broken, even though we make mistakes, even though we have rough edges, we have not lost our value to God. We have not lost our value to ourselves. We are still valuable. And so those were just some really, really good points I thought she made. She said it, of course, much more eloquently than I am. And so I do want to attach the video so you guys can watch it. And I always tell you guys this, but I hope you'll remember that we do have a lot of worship music before, and it's wonderful, and I hope you'll take time to listen to it. But if you just want the sermon, you can fast forward probably about 45 or 50 minutes and get to the sermon. So if you just want to move that little dial so that you can hear the sermon, do that. But the music is also wonderful. And then I'm trying to think what the other point was that she made, because she said what the original Hebrew word was for wonderful. I believe it was for wonderful. I'm doing this without notes. Sorry, y'all. I forgot to take paper and pen to church today, so I did the notes in the Bible app. I'm doing this because I was texting, and in the Bible app, but then I use my phone to record, and my Bible app is on my phone, so I can't look at it. So yeah, I'm doing this without notes. But she did the Hebrew word for one of those, but she was saying that it meant like, and she read it out of the New Living Translation, and it said, I am complex. There are many layers, there are many facets to me. She was like, you've got a skeletal system, you've got a muscular system, you've got a neurological system, you've got an intestinal system, you've got blood, you've got like all these different parts to your physical body. But that is also the many layers that we have with our spiritual and our soul, our mind. Like there's so many layers. But she said, if you look at your hand, we all have our own set of fingerprints, right? We are all unique. God made us the way he made us on purpose and for a purpose. And so when we look in the mirror, even if we can't think of anything nice to say about ourselves, we can think of all the things God says about us. We are wonderfully made. He made us just the way he wanted us. We are his masterpiece. And so there is a purpose to all of it. And he has something for us. And so if we want to walk in that purpose, we need to answer that call and say, okay, God, I hear you. I know what you're saying, and I'll do that. And sometimes that's easy. I've talked to you guys about this before. Sometimes it's go knock on your neighbor's door and say hello, or meet them when you pass them, even in the parking lot or on the street, to speak. That might be all he's telling you to do. Drum up a conversation with your neighbor. Or it might be that he's telling you to move 1,200 miles across the country. That's what he told me. But whatever it is, you'll hear him if you seek him. And if you earnestly seek him and ask him what he's telling you, he will answer you. And that might be through other people. It might be through prayer, through your quiet time. It might be through the Bible. It might be through your circumstances. So my friend was praying about it, what they should do. Her husband got transferred to another state. So that's the circumstances, right? God's saying to move. He's got this wonderful opportunity in another state. So you will hear him if you seek him, and you will know that it's him when you seek him and earnestly desire to know his will for your life. And it's not always an audible voice. Rarely is it an audible voice, but you'll know. And for me, it's repetition. He speaks to me in my quiet time. He'll put a thought in my mind, and I know that it's him. And then he'll also speak to me through scripture and through circumstances and through people. And it's repetitive. So I'm getting the same message from lots of sources. And if you've watched these videos from the beginning, you know, because that's, you know, the word move was in my face, in my face, in my face. So he talks to me that way through repetition. And maybe that's because I don't listen the first time. I don't know. I just thought of that. Maybe it's because I need repetition. I have to hear it a million times. But I always know to pay attention when things repeat, especially really quickly. Like if I take notice of something and then it repeats. So I might have told you guys this story, but I'm going to tell you again. So one day when I was laying out at the pool, Arizona, it's always sunny and warm, right? Almost always. And I was laying there thinking, this is wonderful. I feel like I'm on vacation every day. But I was asking God, like, why am I 1,200 miles away from my family? Like, I don't even know why I'm here. And I was having all these questions about why. And I opened my eyes and I looked in this, because I'm laying down, right? I look up and the sky is clear blue because I'm in Arizona. And there's a big X in the sky. And it's where two planes have crossed, right? But it's huge and it's the only thing in the sky besides the blue. And immediately I felt in my spirit God saying, X marks the spot. You're right where I want you to be. So I just quit worrying about it. I don't know why, but this is where he wants me. So I can be nice to people. I can share the gospel. I can do whatever else he tells me is the next step. But those things I know I'm supposed to do, right? Be nice to people and pray for people and share the gospel. I can do those things right here because this is where he wants me to be. And shortly after that, like the next day or 2 days, I'm not sure, but I saw another X and it was on the sidewalk. And it ended up being a reflection off of a window, like the sun's coming this way and it's reflecting off something off somebody's window, but then the picture of the X was on the sidewalk. And so the sidewalk's just the cement sidewalk, except for this really bright white, almost like somebody had bleached the spot, X on the sidewalk. And I just stood there and looked at it. I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. I didn't figure it out for several days. I was really looking around for where is this X coming from? And then the next day when I was driving to my niece's house, it's about an hour drive, and I'm driving back and I notice I pass this every time I go that way, but I'd never seen it before. At the top of the rest stop, the building it was kind of like a barn style, I guess, and so it had X's, 3 X's in a row at the top of this building. And right after that, I was like, okay, God, I hear you. 3 in a row. Like, that's 3 in a row, right? I've tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. And so I said, I hear you loud and clear. And right after that, you guys, right after that, I looked up and it said Phoenix 31 miles. And I saw the X in Phoenix and also the word Phoenix, like that is where he wants you. And then I saw this truck, an 18-wheeler going by, and it said anytime, anywhere, any place. And I thought, how cool is that that would be the first thing I see when God is speaking to me and telling me this is where I have you. And so I thought that is just confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. This is where I'm supposed to be. So I am here. I just told my daughter this today. She would really like me to move home. And I miss them so much. I would love to move home. I told her I don't miss the weather. The weather makes me so sick. I get sick so easily. And so I don't miss the cold when they have cold weather. They do sometimes have warm weather, but when they have cold weather, and there's probably 8 months of the year that their weather is too cold for me, I get sick so easily. So I'm like, if I could move closer, but not there, that would be awesome for me. But I said, you know, it's whatever God tells me, because right now he's told me to be here. So until he tells me to be closer or to be there, I'm here. And it hurts my heart because I miss him so much. And to hear her say she wishes I was closer is so hard for me. It's so hard, you guys. But I know that if God's moving me, he's going to tell my husband and he's going to tell me the same thing. And so we just have to wait on him. But until then, I need to keep doing what he's called me to do here. And so knowing that that sermon today, besides being, I kind of got off track. Sorry, I chased a rabbit. But knowing that she was saying that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and she was saying like, we have to have confidence in that. We have to have be sure of ourselves in that. We don't need people to compliment us. We don't need people to say, encouraging things to us. That's nice and it's wonderful. But if we don't have that, if you don't have that, it's okay, because you can be strong in the Lord and you can say, I know what I know. I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I know that God sees me as a perfect masterpiece. I know that I am exactly how he wants me to be. I know that he has a purpose for my life, and I know that I'm equipped to do it because he gave me the ability. He's going to give me the tools, and when I'm weak, then he is strong. That's what his word says. So when David was in the midst of, he wasn't in a battle, but sometimes he was, but also when he was like banished and running from King Saul and in the middle of turmoil and stuff, he didn't sit and bemoan his situation. He said, I will bless the Lord at all times. I will bless the Lord at all times. So even when we're going through it, even when things are tough, even, what do I say all the time? Even if, because that's what even if, I will trust the Lord at all times, and I will bless the Lord at all times. And so that is my message to you today. Know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are God's masterpiece. He made you on purpose. He made you for a purpose. You have a job to do. He created you with a job to do. And it's not your job that you earn money to pay your bills. That might be part of it. But he's given you a job in the kingdom of heaven, and he's called you to it. And if you don't know what that is, I beg you to pray about it. Write down what you feel like he's telling you. Continue to pray about it. Continue to write what you think he's telling you. Look back over that. Read his word. Look back over that in a few weeks and see what themes you see, because it's going to be something you enjoy doing. It's going to be something maybe far-fetched, but maybe not, maybe close to home. But it's going to be something you're gifted at. You might not realize you're gifted at it. That's the kicker. So I never thought I wanted to have a microphone, right? And I thought, that is not me. I am behind the scenes person. I do not want the microphone. But he grew me in that. And now it's like, yes, give it here. I want to tell these people about Jesus. And if there's a microphone, I'll take it. And so you just don't know what he's gifted you at until you ask him sometimes. And that is what he gave me. So I love this platform. I love all of you. You message me all the time. I get messages on my email. I get messages on YouTube in the comments. Some of them I'm a little leery about, but most of them are very kind. And so I hope that you will tune in also to Ladies Unfiltered. I hope that you will watch those. They're only 30 minutes long. They do also have a music from an independent artist. So there's usually one song in the middle of that 30 minutes. And so I might introduce you to some new music doing that. And if you want to watch it live, like I said, it's on Praise FM Live on Facebook. So that's PRAYZ FM Live on Facebook. You can follow them. And that's the radio station that hosts our show. Or you can watch it on YouTube, and you can find it also under Praise FM, and then find Ladies Unfiltered that way. But I'll try and put the link in the descriptor of this video so that you have that. To all the moms out there, I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. To all the moms, or to all the women who wish they were moms or were moms. If you were a mom, you're still a mom. That's what I tell my friends. I have some friends that have lost a kiddo, and that doesn't mean they're not still a mom. So honor those people that are hurting today, the ones who have infertility issues, the ones that maybe have lost children. Reach out to your friends and your family members. Let them know that you love them. I say that today because it's Mother's Day today, but you guys are going to be seeing this tomorrow, which is Monday. But it's not too late. Always reach out. Always reach out. Unfortunately for me, I have 2 friends that have lost their sons in the last month, and it's a really hard time. So some people are really going through it. Be nice out there. And until next time, and I want to apologize for last week. I was in Kansas, so I didn't record. but I was in Kansas for my daughter's baby shower, and that was an awesome amount of fun. Thank you to all the ladies that came out. There was 18 people at her shower, and we had the best time. Some folks I hadn't seen in quite a while, so that was a lot of fun. Didn't get to talk at length with any of them because, you know, I'm hosting a baby shower, but also it was nice just to be able to hug their neck and have a few words and see that they're doing good. So I appreciate everyone that came out and those that couldn't make it but sent gifts and helped with decorations and things in advance. I really appreciate you guys too. And just love you all so much. And I hope you have a great day. I will see you maybe Thursday night on Ladies Unfiltered at Praise FM on Facebook. See you then. Peace.